What's up, you guys? It's Sir Scrub here, bringing you some more Scrub Tier Yu-Gi-Oh! And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at how to beat Mystic Mine Burn. Before we get into today's video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel just one step further, feel free to check out my Patreon down in the description. But with all that junk out of the way, let's jump both feet into today's video. So, for those that are new to this series, I will be breaking this video down into 4 parts. First, the strengths of the deck as if you were playing it. Second, how to beat it when going first. Third, how to beat it when going second. And fourth, some cards that are relatively useless against the deck. So, starting out, what makes this deck so good? Starting off, it has probably the best floodgate this game has ever seen in the form of Mystic Mine. What does it do? Well, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack. And vice versa. If you control more monsters than your opponent, you can't activate monsters effects or declare attacks. If during the imp phase both players control the same number of monsters, it self-destructs. So what makes this card so good? Well, what this deck does is it doesn't run any monsters. It's just a metric fuck ton of burn cards. Basically, it lets Mystic Mine do all the floodgating and then simply kills you with burn cards. And it can also use some of the Ojama cards like Ojama Duo or Ojama Trio to put monsters on your board. And then that's really it. It just wants to burn you to death. It's got a relatively simple premise, so let's go ahead and take a look into how to beat it when going first. So starting off, what are some things you can do to protect yourself when going first? Well, this deck is inherently bad at going second. Other than Kaijus or Evenly, they don't have very many defenses considering the deck doesn't play monsters. So anything that is big and can negate things can deal with this deck. Things like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, or even Cyber Dragon Infinity can all put in work. Also, something like Beals or Mekk-Knight Avram can solidify a lead in the duel. And another thing to note, this is a stun deck in nature, it just has a burn win con, thus giving it the weaknesses inherent to its strategy, specifically back row hate. Twin Twisters, Galaxy Cyclone, MST, and Friends all work well, whether going first or second. And of course, there are some great budget techs out there. Everything from Closed Forest to Spell Shattering Arrow. One that I want to specifically highlight that I don't see talked about much is Prime Material Dragon. Its effect to reverse burn damage into healing is continuous and thus isn't negated by Mystic Mine because it isn't an activated effect. Also, it can help protect your board by discarding a card. But it does have some notable drawbacks. It is a level 6, so it can be difficult for it to hit the board. However, Saryuja can summon it, you can Monster Reborn it, or revive it with World Legacy Succession, and it is a dragon monster, so you can just tag it out of the deck with Guard Dragon LP. And it fits into most Pendulum scales for Pendulum decks. So with some of the going first counters examined, let's move into how to play into this deck's boards. So when going through this deck's board, what can you do to protect yourself? Your first and biggest priority has got to be to shut down Mystic Mine, and thus Twin Twisters once again proves its usefulness. Being able to remove Mystic Mine as well as another back row, whether it be a Solemn or a burn card, can really put in work. If they are playing Terraforming, of course it can be Ashed. Otherwise, just drop Ash on Card of Demise, Pot of Extravagance, or Duality. Dropping Ash on any of them could just outright end their turn. It's really just chain burn with a new toy, you guys. Ghost Ogre can protect you from Wave Motion Cannon in a pinch, and Evenly Matched just wrecks the deck, provided they don't have something like Solemn Judgment. But basically, you really just need a way to shut down the back row. There are no monsters to speak of. Thus, anyone playing True Draco of any kind has an easy match, and Denko Sekka can just end the duel. With going second covered, let's go ahead and move into part 4, things you probably shouldn't use. So off the bat, some of the cards that flop against this deck are any of the Kaiju-esque cards. Spear Modes, Kaijus, Lava Golem, and all of that. The deck simply doesn't summon monsters. This also means Impermanence and Valor are useless, and Thanos Dragon is out as well. It's just the kind of obvious stuff. If it works with a monster on the opponent's board, it's not going to help you against this deck. Anyways, that's all I've got for this one, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to share this with a friend. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section as well. If you'd like to support the channel one step further, feel free to check out my Patreon down in the description. But most importantly, don't forget, be a scrub. Peace.